what's up, guys? It's Pep Fernandez from the Inland Sports Show. Just a quick programming note. In the next couple of weeks and months, we're really going to put a focus on the Inland Sports YouTube channel. We got several thousand subscribers. We have over 1 million views. We're uploading new videos each and every week. So we're really going to point you guys, everyone who follows the Inland Sports Show, to the Inland Sports YouTube channel. We will still post on Instagram and Twitter. We're going to post a lot of pictures, maybe some shorter videos, but we really want to put an emphasis on the YouTube channel. So here's what we need from you guys. If you haven't done so already, make sure you are subscribed to the Inland Sports YouTube channel and give us a big thumbs up when you watch our videos. We'd really appreciate it. If you've subscribed, maybe tell your teammates, other kids at school, other coaches on your coaching staff, your parents, your grandparents. We'd really appreciate the more subscribers, the better. So subscribe and give us a like. And if you want to take it even further, there's now a thanks button at the bottom as well if you'd like to take your support to the next level and make a small donation so we can continue to bring you great sports coverage here in the Inland Empire. To Team Vision TV 16. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. Really going to blow it out with more high school football as we wrap up the final week of non-league action, week number 5, technically. A little bit later in the show, we're going to hear from Brock Liam from Citrus Valley, who went bananas against Norco last week. Another big game for Citrus Valley coming up against Ayala. We'll also have Tahquitz head coach Stefan Pace. Tahquitz off to another great season. Don't forget, they went to the CIF semifinals just last season. They're pretty good again. But leading things off right now on the Inland Sports Show, we are going live and amplified down to Vista Murrieta High School to check in with the 4-0 Broncos. 3 of their top players join us here live on the show. The QB right there in the middle, Akili Smith Jr. We got Brody Gwynn to the left. We got Grant Wayne to the right. We'll get all you guys on camera in just a second here. Guys, first off, congrats on the great start, 4-0. And Grant, I'll start with you. I know you're the super senior over here. What has this team done well so far through the first 4 games of the season for the Broncos?
Yes, sir. First, I believe that, we started off, we have a really young team. I mean, half of our starting lineup are all sophomores. So I think the sophomores have really stepped up and played a really big role. They've all learned the position. They've all stepped up and earned their spots. We've only had 2 returners on offense this year. So all the young players have stepped up really well. So I think that's what's leading our team right now.
All right, I'm going to go right to the middle to Akili Smith Jr. over here. And Akili, we had, we called them the Pony Express last year. You guys had some great running backs at Vista Murrieta, but I feel like you guys are a pass-first team now. I could be wrong, but what's it like having guys like Grant and Brody out there? I think they're both 6'2". These big targets. What's that like for you, Akili, throwing that ball all around the field?
I just feel very confident. I'm able to drop back and know I can throw to each one of them. Just throw it up 30 yards or 40 yards. I'm like this deep ball.
Brody, I'll go to you next. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you guys are, I don't want to say pass-first team, but you guys are really strong in the passing game. We had the Pony Express last year on the show. You guys are running the football hard. I feel like this year you guys are a real threat in the passing game. Is that safe to say? Does that sound about right?
Yeah, it's it. Yeah, spot on. I think we're definitely a pass-first team. We've been doing pretty well in the passing game and getting a lot of our yards from home. Yeah.
Now we got some highlights from your win this past Friday against, or I think it was Thursday actually, against Heritage to go to 4-0 on the season. Grant, I'll go back to you. That was a huge win for you guys. You guys are rolling, putting up a lot of points. What are some areas you feel like maybe you guys can still get even better? You can maybe even, fine-tune that offense just a little bit more before you get to Southwestern League action.
Yes, sir. I think first we just get better, maybe a little more stronger in the run game. and then going out of like bunch and like tight, different formations. Deep wise, I believe, Keely just slings it out and he has faith in us and we go and get the ball. So on the shallower routes, we just got to clean things up there.
Touchdown.
I got to ask you, we're looking at the video right now, and Johnny, go ahead and just stay on the video, but any of you guys can answer this. Was that Stephen Acosta? Did he have the block and he got the touchdown too, all in one play?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is awesome. Like, you never see that. That's amazing. That was so awesome.
Yes,
Akili, let me go back to you in the middle where, again, looking at some highlights. There goes Grant just blowing down the sideline in for a score. You got Rancho Cuc on Friday, and when I looked at your non-league schedule, at least in my mind, I'm like, okay, that might be their toughest non-league test before they get to Southwestern League play. I say Southwestern, but it's the Big West Upper, or whatever the technical name is. But when you look at this Rancho Cucamonga matchup, what do you think you guys need to do well on Friday night to try to get a W and move to 5-0 on the season?
Definitely establish the run game, and then hopefully that opens up the pass game. And then also be able to like sling it out there to the perimeter and just let our guys work. Just get some yards, easy yards, on the satellites. So.
And Akili, as the quarterback, I'm not reinventing the wheel here, but when they say you have to have a strong run game to open up the passing game, and you have to have a strong passing game to to unlock the run game, as the quarterback, does that make sense? And is that true that if you can get the running game going a little bit stronger, you guys, it's going to open up the passing game? Brody and Grant are going to have even more touchdowns.
Yes, sir, because whenever we're running the ball, the linebackers tend to like step up a little bit, like play the run more so we can get some easy little routes between the hashes or even outside the perimeter too, like some screen plays or even inside screen plays. So super excited for this game and hopefully come up with a W.
Brody, I know you guys are on the road at Rancho Cuc this Friday, but your guys' home environment at Vista Murrieta is nuts, man. You guys have a great student section. It's always loud. It's always packed. Kind of paint us a picture. What's it like playing home games at Vista Murrieta?
It's exciting. There's a lot of adrenaline. It's called the BBC. It's our section, our student section. They get loud, and it's really well done, and it just like hypes you up to play. Like if you make a big play, they're going crazy. They're chanting your name, and it just makes you love football even more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, let's see. I'm trying to do some math. You were probably like 6, 7, 8 years old when Centennial and Vista Murrieta were having those big-time showdowns about 10 years ago or so in the old Inland Division. Are you guys excited about this new league? Centennial and Norco and Roosevelt, along with your Southwestern League schools in there. Are you excited about just that competition, that level, that caliber of competition you're going to see every single week as you guys get ready for league play? And, I'll let you guys all answer this. I'll start with Grant on the end and work our way across. But, man, I love this conference. I love the Big West. I think it's to be super exciting with the Southwestern League and the Big 8 League getting together. Grant, what do you say about this?
Most definitely. I think this would be a good opportunity for all of us. I mean, there's not really a team that's going to separate from one each other. Every week's going to be a dogfight. Every week it's going to come down to the little things. Most definitely playing all these big schools, you don't know who's in the stands. I mean, you'll get recruited, you'll get looked at from anywhere. There's going to be coaches in the stands at these big games.
Yeah, how about you, Akili?
Like Grant said, trying to get our name back out there because we've been under the radar a little bit. So trying to get our school a little bit more recognition, and hopefully we will.
And Brody?
I think it's good for us because it's going to challenge us every season, this season right now, to get better every week. There's never going to be an easy game in this league. And it's just kind of taking that next step, like they both said, providing us that opportunity.
Yeah, there's going to be some insane battles. I was already looking at the schedule ahead. I think Murrieta Valley's playing Roosevelt next week. There's just some crazy matchups coming up in that new Big West. Guys, thank you so much. Listen, I really appreciate the time. I know we were calling the running game last season the Pony Express. Does the passing game have a nickname, or can we give it one? What should it be?
I don't know.
we don't really have.
You guys need one. You guys need a nickname. Like, the running backs were so good last year. Listen, if you're following us on social media, hit us up. Think about it. You don't have to do it right here on the spot, but think about it. Hit me up on Twitter or Instagram and let me know. We got to come up with a name for the passing game because you guys are so dominant right now.
Yes, sir.
Brody Gwynn, Akili Smith Jr., and of course on the end, Grant Wayne from Vista Murrieta High School here. Join us here on the Inland Sports Show. Guys, thank you so much. Congrats on the 4-0 start. Best of luck against Rancho Cucamonga on Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You guys got it. That's Vista Murrieta here on the Inland Sports Show. All right, before we wrap things up, let's take a look at some of the top games coming up in week number 5 of the high school football season. Of course, Vista Murrieta and Rancho Cuc, one of those games to watch. We got the old Holy War, Aquinas and Notre Dame. Norta Vista really coming on strong right now. They got Redlands on Friday. Liberty undefeated going up against the upstart San Gorgonio Spartans. San G playing a lot better football the last couple of weeks. Indian Springs and West Valley. These two teams are quietly having great seasons. That might be the best matchup of the week. Cajon taking their show on the road to Etiwanda, and Grand Terrace taking on JW North. Those are some of the top games coming up in week number 5 of the high school football season, final week of non-league play. All right, we're going to take our first commercial break of the night. When we come back, we'll talk with Citrus Valley Blackhawks star Brockton Liam. Massive game against Norco. Another big game coming up for Citrus Valley this week against Ayala. So we'll talk with Brock when we come back on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
What up, y'all? Boostman here, gonna break you off with another quick 2 cent. For successful athletes, it can sometimes look easy, but make no mistake, it's not. You see, most of the gritty work is done behind the scenes. No grind, no snap, no Twitter. They don't do it for the show, and they don't go through the motions. In fact, they don't tell you what they're doing or planning. You only find out when the job is done, and at that point, it looks as easy as child's play. Boostman.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down and see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
Everybody would do it. I am gifted. You gotta join the movement. That light inside of you is shining so bright. Just gotta dig deep, find it, embrace it, and let it shine. Gateway to heaven, open up.
Madison up the middle. He's got room. Leaps. Touchdown.
And when it comes to this life, it feel like I can't win. That's why I do everything with no strings attached. Oh, no strings attached. Oh, no strings attached.
welcome back, everybody, to the Inland Sports Show. Big shout out to the Vista Murrieta Broncos for joining us live on the show. More high school football right now, and it was our Ken Sporting Goods must-see game last week. Norco on the road at Citrus Valley, and it was the Blackhawks pulling off a huge win on their home field. Let's check out our Big Boost play of the week if you have not seen it yet. Brock Liam on the kickoff return from Norco. You know, the Cougars scored a touchdown, feeling pretty good about themselves, trying to get back into this ball game. And then Liam rips off, it's about an 85-yard return all the way back to the house. And that was our Big Boost play of the week. And listen, I said online he had 3 receiving touchdowns and a kick return, and I sold him short. He had 4 receiving touchdowns and the kick return. But we picked the kick return as our Big Boost play of the week. So joining us live on the program right now, you just saw him in the highlight, is the great Brock Liam from Citrus Valley. Brock, so I want to hear it from you. So you had 4 touchdown catches and the kick return for a touchdown.
Yep.
Are you still playing on both sides of the football too? Like, are you playing safety or something on defense too?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the year, I kind of was laying off defense a little bit and would go in when we go to like our 5-pack type stuff.
Yeah.
But now as we're getting deeper into the season, you know, they have me playing a lot more. Like last week I started, basically played the whole game at defense. So as we get farther into the season, I'm basically playing the whole game at defense now too again. So.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, you're literally playing like every single snap. You're out there for special teams. You're playing defense, and obviously you're playing offense. But do you like being out there? Obviously, Coach Brook has a lot of faith on what you can do on the football field.
Yeah, no, I love it. Definitely, it gets tiring at times for sure. But I mean, working at practice all the time, like practices are tough. So getting conditioning from there, and then just the adrenaline from the game, it just keeps me going. And like, I don't really get like, you know, too tired where I'm dying, but I feel pretty good during games and stuff, so I'm definitely good to be out there. I love being out there.
And you got the messy hair, don't care, right? Like, hey, as long as you're winning football games and catching touchdowns, man, who cares what the hair looks like, right?
Yeah, it's gonna get a little long right now. Probably need a haircut soon, but right now, hey, it is what it is.
Hey, you're in football season. You're winning football games right now. You got another big one on the road at Ayala.
Yeah.
What did you guys do well, Brock, in Friday's game against Norco? What did you guys do well that you're hoping carries over into this game against Ayala on the road?
I think the main thing we did was just execute. You know, going through the week at practice and just going to films and all that stuff. We were told what to do, and then practice, we went out and practiced it the whole week. And then game time came, and we weren't nervous or whatever. We just came out, executed, and then it showed, and we came out on top. So
Brock, we're looking at some highlights from that game against Norco this past week, and you know, even going to the week before that, you guys go on the road to Oak Hills, which is a very good team, and you lose by 20. It was wet, it was raining, it was natural grass. How bad did you guys need to come back and pick up that win against Norco, who's again, one of the top teams in the Inland Empire? What did that do in terms of confidence for you guys to bounce back like that against Norco?
Yeah, it was huge for us. Coming off that Oak Hills loss, we're all, you know, a little bit down in confidence. The captains, myself, and everybody, we had to kind of like keep each other up. But came out during practices, everybody worked hard. We took, you know, took no plays off and just went as hard as we could. And then having that win against Norco, that was huge for us. It gave all of our guys confidence this week. We had a great week of practice this week, and we just got to carry that into next week at Ayala and just, you know, execute again and be ready.
You know, we just saw Jordan Harris, you know, catch a touchdown. Obviously, you caught 4. Your QB, Hunter Herrera, man, he keeps getting better and better. What can you say about your quarterback and just, you know, really enjoying a great senior season?
Yeah, no, I mean, last year, you know, he obviously got hurt, so he couldn't play last year. That was bad. That was like huge for us huge for us in a bad way. Because, you know, then I had to go and play quarterback and stuff. But having him back this year, like he's great. He's getting everybody the ball. We're going through teams, and it's just I feel like all the receivers have a really good chemistry with him. So we're all just doing our thing, and he's a great leader on the field. During practice and stuff, you know, like he'll get us going. He'll give us those little pre-practice speeches and stuff like that. So he's great. He's great to have back for sure this year.
You know, you just segued into my next question. I was going to ask you about playing quarterback. You know, how great it is to have Hunter back, and he's playing so well for you guys. Did you play quarterback growing up? Like, or did they just say, hey, Brock, Coach B's like, hey, Brock, we're just going to put you back there. We're going to snap you the ball, kind of wildcat, just run or do something?
I mean, I did a little bit. So freshman year I came in, my dad was a quarterback. He's a quarterback coach here. So freshman year I came in, I was basically the freshman quarterback for 3 or 4 games, and I played there. And throughout the whole like summer stuff, I was practicing quarterback. And then they were kind of just like, yo, like, let's just, like, I had never played quarterback before that. Always, you know, well, if I did, it'd just be wildcat. And so then those 3 or 4 games went, and then they basically pulled me up to varsity and said, you're playing safety. And then that was kind of the end of the quarterback days.
Brock, where do you have offers from right now? I know there's a lot of colleges interested in you. I don't know if they like you at receiver or safety or maybe both, but what's the college interest like right now?
Yeah, mostly all Mountain West. So I have Fresno State, San Jose State, Cal Poly SLO, Rice, New Mexico State, Montana State, UC Davis, and Colorado State and University of Idaho.
A lot of good Division I programs right there, Brock. Hey,
Yep.
Before we let you go, obviously don't want to look too, past Ayala, big game on Friday, but it's hard not to think about the Citrus Belt League, and, Cajon has had 5 straight league championships. You feel like this Citrus Valley team, if you guys play like you're capable of, like maybe what we saw last week, you guys should have a chance to maybe win a league title?
Yeah, no, definitely. We have Beaumont and then Cajon, but if we play how we can, like how we did on Friday, and we just execute, we'll always have a good game plan. So we just need to go out and execute, and then we'll have a pretty good chance of winning it for sure. I think we just have to be ready and go out and play.
All right, Brock, listen, I'm going to tell you a little secret. I cut my own hair. I drop usually like a 5 on top and maybe like a 1.5 or a 2 on the side. So when you're ready for that haircut, man, I'll come down with my clippers. I live in Redlands, man. I'll just buzz all that off.
All right, I'll text you for sure.
Brock, you're the man. Hey, congrats on the great start. Huge game against Norco last week, and best of luck against Ayala this Friday, man.
Thank you.
All right, that's Citrus Valley's Brock Liam here on the Inland Sports Show. All right, before we wrap things up in this segment, take a look at our Week 4 Inland Sports All-Stars. Brock was obviously one of those guys, came up with a huge game. Moreno Valley quarterback Adonis Hills, he had 5 total touchdowns. Hill went for 208 through the air, 140 on the ground. And how about DeJohnny Bryant from Tahquitz scored the game-winning touchdown against Hillcrest with 20 seconds to play. Julian Mercado at Notre Dame had 2 pick-sixes in their first win of the season against Citrus Hill. Brady Nelson, Paloma Valley quarterback, 329 through the air and 5 scores. And, of course, Brock Liam at the end. He had 4 receiving touchdowns and the kick return for the score. So those are your Inland Sports Week 4 All-Stars. All right, when we come back, we'll talk some Tahquitz football with Stephon Pace when we come back on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
We are back right here at the Boost Performance Center with Coach Ray Bass, a.k.a. the Boost Man, with another gridiron question. Good one this week, Coach. As we want to know, is there a secret to training athletes that other athletic trainers, they wouldn't say anything. They want to keep their lips sealed?
Absolutely. There's no methodology, no advanced drill, no trainer who can take you to the next level if you're not willing to put in the work. You can't wait for someone else to make it happen for you, because in reality, it's all on you. You know, there's athletes that'll say, I need to train with this piece of equipment, or I need to train with these types of people. But again, in reality, it's all on you as the athlete. Now, don't get me wrong, Thep. Being a knowledgeable and skilled trainer is important, but it's less about what I do for my athletes and more about what they need to do for themselves.
All right, Coach, secrets revealed right here at Boost Performance Training. That is the Boost Man himself, Ray Bass, and you can send us a question for a future gridiron question right here at Boost by hitting the DMs all over Boost Training on social media.
CBU basketball is the most exciting sports experience in the Inland Empire and the best value in Southern California. See every dunk, every magic play, and every win inside the beautiful CBU Event Center, Southern California's newest NCAA Division I arena.
You know, the Cowboys had big hopes. Also the Raiders, man. This was like the Raiders' year, right? Like they might actually dethrone Kansas City in the AFC West. Well, all of a sudden the Raiders are 0-2. Heartbreaking loss to the Arizona Cardinals yesterday in overtime, 29-23 on a fumble return. Like, if you're a Raiders fan on this Monday morning, you must be miserable. And this was supposed to be their year, man. They got Devontae Adams. They were loaded up. They were going to knock off the Chiefs this year and be that team to beat. You're 0-2. 0-2 right now. I thought UCLA might be the best college football team in Los Angeles before the season started. I look way wrong after USC hammered Fresno State on Saturday night.
Yeah, USC looks like they're coming together, don't they?
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is special. He is.
He is. And Travis Dye, one of the running backs, he's a Norco high school guy, transfer from the Oregon Ducks. He went over for 100 yards, and he had a highlight trending on Twitter on Saturday night because it was just, they called it a grown man run, man. He was just throwing guys to the side and spinning around guys. And UCLA looks great, right? USC looks great right now, and UCLA does not. They're going in opposite directions, I feel like.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody, live and amplified here at Teen Vision TV 16. The high school football coverage rolls on. It's been a while since we talked to this guy. It's the head coach for the Tahquitz Titans, Stephon Pace, making time for us on this Wednesday night. Coach, 5 games into the season, 4 wins, including a dramatic win against a good Hillcrest team last week. So 5 games into the season, what do you like about your Tahquitz squad?
You know, it's a young team, but an old team at the same time. And so the veterans have taken a leadership role and to keep us going carry on from what we did at the end of last year. And, it's a fun group to be around. They're different every single day.
You talk about, picking up where you came from last year going to the CIF Southern Section D12 semifinals as we take a look at that game-winning touchdown against Hillcrest the previous week. Did you feel like last year, hey, making the semifinals, that's a great year. I think a lot of teams would take that. But do you feel like, hey, we've got so many guys coming back, like maybe this is the year we take that next step when maybe we get to that championship game?
You know, in CIF right now, it's hard to say because we're in Division 12, and I feel like that's where we belong. But, you know, you win a game here and you win a game there, and all of a sudden you're in a Division 11, Division 10. And so it's hard to say yes. I mean, I would like to say that if we're in the right division, yes. But it's just so hard in today's football to predict where you're going to be and how far you can go.
Yeah, you know what? What's your take on, you know, this new CIF Southern Section playoff format? I know they adopted it last year. That you just don't know. You play the whole regular season, and then you know, after week 10, you'll find out which division you're going to go into. Like you guys, I mean, you could have a really great regular season record, and like you said, you might go from 12 to 11 or 10 or who knows.
I'm not a fan of it. I understand why they did it. I think the problem I have is the unknown. I'm an old school coach where you go out and you watch different opponents and get a feel for what they do, and they have taken that away. We know the power brokers of high school football, the Mater Days and the St. John Bosco, Centennial. We know where they're going to be at, but it's everybody else. It's the unknown, and it's frustrating because you can't scout, which is I don't know if anybody says that anymore. You know, it's all video and it's all. Send me your video. Let me watch how good you are, how bad you are, as opposed to coaches getting in a car and driving an hour to go watch a team play and to see how you match up against them. They've taken that away. And, you know, again, we could be in 10. We could be in 11. We could be in 13. You just never know. And you're waiting till the end of the season. We were talking today at school, and it's like, where's everybody at basketball? You know where you're at. Yeah. Baseball, you know where you're at. And football is this become this unknown. And it's kind of frustrating because, you know, you want to get out. Like we had a bye this week. So we want to get out and go see some teams. Who are you going to go watch? Why are you going to watch them? I mean, it is just unknown.
Yeah, Coach Pace, I'm with you, man. I used to like the weekly rankings. You know, at least you'd be like, okay, we're number 8 in the top 10. You know, who's in front of us? Like you said, it's a bye week. Who's playing this week? We can go check them out and, you know, see who might be, you know, possibly in the playoffs against us, you know, down the road. So I kind of miss that too. But Coach, going back to last year's playoff team, where do you think are some areas from last year's team to this year's team that you guys got better, that you improved on? And maybe it's just the guys having another season together under their belt for your returning players. But where do you feel like this team maybe got better from that semifinal team last year?
We got better in 2 areas. One, believing we could win a game. You know, it's been a long time since we got that far. And then 2, we have the ability now to throw the football. Last year we lined up and we just ran the ball, and we couldn't throw it. And we have talented football players that we couldn't get the ball to. And so now we have the ability to at least get the ball in the air and give them an opportunity to make a play. And that would be our biggest step forward.
Well, Coach, Johnny, if you got that video, let's go ahead and play that again, that game-winning touchdown against Hillcrest this past week. It was 13-13, about 20 seconds to play. To Johnny Bryant making some nice moves after the catch to get into the end zone there. Coach, when you look back at that game, what do you think that says about your team finding a way to win? There wasn't a lot of points in this game, but when it mattered the most, you guys found a way to get that ball into the end zone.
Our defense played outstanding. The defensive coaches did a great job of keeping us in the game. And Hillcrest is tough. I mean, they're physical and they're downhill, and their running back is a big-time football player. And it instilled, or what I've told the kids, hang in there. Just hang in there. Keep fighting and believe that you can win. And we had the last opportunity, and you know, DJ caught the ball in the flat, and he can run. He's a good football player. But, you know, him in space is what we want for us, is to get our guys in space and let them be creative and do their thing. And you know, but again, it went back to the defense. The defense was outstanding.
Coach, so you're on a bye this week. Does the bye come at a good time for you guys? Like, are you playing good football that you'd rather just keep playing, or, hey, we're a little banged up, this is a good time for us to kind of regroup and hit the reset button? What do you think about the bye week?
You know what? I thought we were starting to hit our stride. But again, you know, we're limited in numbers. We are, and we're at 45 kids. And so to give them this week off and to rest and not be able to put on the shoulder pads, to take care of their academics, to take care of their bodies, we had pictures today and that was all they had. So, it's good and bad. I thought we were getting ready to start playing really good football. And then now we're going in the league, which, you've had all the coaches on. They're 4-0 and 5-0. And, the top of the ladder is San Jacinto and they're 3-2. So, it's not going to be easy.
Going back to the fact that we don't know the playoff divisions until at the end of the regular season, there's always some teams that are second place or third place in a league, but they come from a tough league. And those are the teams that you see making like these deep playoff runs. It might not be the league champion because they're going to go to, a high division. It's those second and third place teams, I think, are sometimes those sneaky Cinderella runs because you get good teams coming out of a second or third place, finish in a league.
No, without a doubt. I mean, take us last year. We're playing against San Jacinto, a very good football team, coached very well by Coach Galliano. And they have guys, and, we played them decently. I think it was 22-0. We didn't score, but we were in the football game. And we took momentum from that because they are a Division IV school. Well, we played with them, and it showed our kids that all we need is a chance, an opportunity to get in. And nobody knew anything about Tahquitz. We went 250 miles to Harvard Westlake. And, it was frustrating because we were the number 2 team and they were in that large school and we had to go there, which I think CIF fixed this year. But it was like, we earned the right to get in and you picked them and we're 250 miles away. But, it was one of those, they didn't know anything about us. We didn't know anything about them. And it was a challenge, but the kids believe now that, just give us a chance to play.
All right, Coach, finally, it is the bye week. I mean, what do you do on a Thursday or Friday night? Are you binge watching Netflix, or you take Friday off and go fishing? Like, well, what do you do?
My next door neighbor, we're going to go play golf probably when I get off tomorrow, Friday. We do have practice tomorrow. So we're going to get back in. Like I said, the kids have been off almost 3 days. And so we'll get back at football tomorrow, get their minds right. And then we're off on Friday afternoon, and I'm going to try to sneak home and get 9 holes in. So
I love it. That's awesome. Coach Pace, you're the best. I really appreciate it. Congrats on the great start this season. And I know you've got some big games coming up, in Mountain Pass League play. It's going to be really interesting. Now you got Liberty in league play, and they're coming on strong. So the Mountain Pass all of a sudden got really competitive. Hemet's playing good football. It's really competitive, I think, right now.
No, it is. You got, West Valley's 4-0.
Yeah.
Liberty's 4-0. Perris is 4-0. And, it's going to be a dogfight. Obviously, like I said, Citrus Hill. San Jacinto is the team to beat. They're loaded. But it's going to be a dogfight every Friday for the next 5 weeks.
Yeah, you know what? I still think Citrus Hill, you know what I mean? I still have that ingrained in my head, Citrus Hill being that Mountain Pass League power. But, man, yeah, no one's, I think, going to argue against this, that San Jack is that, that team to beat right now in league play. But you're right. It seems like everyone in the Mountain Pass is having a great season, so it's going to be some really fun games the next several weeks when we get to league play. Coach Pace, again, appreciate the time. Really, enjoy our conversations. And good luck on the season, but good luck on golf on Friday.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying not to hit any houses and get in trouble, but I haven't swung them in a while, so I'm just going to have a good time.
That is Stephon Pace, head football coach at Tahquitz High School. Thank you so much, Coach. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to take one more commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we got our Boost Top 25. We got our Ken Sporting Goods must-see game this week, and we'll wrap things up to get you all set for the final week of non-league play in high school football. We'll be right back on the Inland Sports Show.
What up, guys? Boost Man here at the Boost Performance Center. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
Call
calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team. Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals.
Aguilera to the end zone. Intercepted! Oh, my goodness! This could go back 100 yards the other way for Norte Vista. All the way. Touchdown, Braves. So we have flipped the script here at Norte Vista. And it's number 14 taking it back, Dominic Johnson. Of course, it's the quarterback on the return. Jeff, it looked like the Lions were going to get points. All of a sudden, 100 yards back the other way by Johnson.
That was Norte Vista and Linfield Christian on Riverside TV this past week. I had an opportunity, the privilege of calling that game with the Big Jeezy, Jeff Gorham. More big-time football on Riverside TV coming up this week. We got Grand Terrace and JW North, plus the Flex game where the fans voted, and the fans voted in Canyon Springs versus Arlington. So 2 games on Riverside TV, so make sure you're following along on YouTube this coming Friday. All right, let's go to our Boost Top 25 poll. Always fun, always contentious. You guys get into this. And as you look at the rankings, I'm just going to say this. There's a lot of schools out there, a lot of fans on social media that say, why isn't this school in the top 25 or this other school in the top 25? Listen, it's not the Boost Top 26. It's not the Boost Top 27. If you want a school in the top 25, you got to tell me. Who should they replace? Who are they better than? And I'm not trying to throw any schools under the bus, but I'll say, let's say Norte Vista. Norte Vista's like, we deserve to be in the top 25. Okay, I'm not saying you don't deserve to be in the top 25, but tell me, of those schools in the top 25, who do you think you are better than? Tell me, make your case. And some people have replied on social media, and I'm like, what are you guys watching? Like, I don't even take it seriously. But some of you guys do make a good case. There's our top 25 for this week. Murrieta Valley's at 2, Cajon's at 3. Norco slides a little bit just beyond Citrus Valley, who climbs up to number 5. We got Roosevelt and Murrieta Valley playing next week. We'll talk more about that game next week. That is a huge game. But there's our top 10. Beaumont in at number 9, Orange Vista at number 10. They're both undefeated on the season. 11 through 25, it's a real battle. I know King and Great Oak are going to play. That's a huge game coming up, so it's a lot of fun. But again, if you think your school, your team belongs in the top 25, tell me why. Make a case. Tell me why. Like, which school would you beat? And let's try to be realistic, all right? So some of you guys have suggested some things, and I'm like, what are they watching? But again, it's not the top 26. It's not the top 27. It's not the top 28. If you think your school or team belongs in the top 25, I'm just curious. You might be right. So tell me, convince me, why does that, why does your school belong in the top 25? Who are you better than? If your school played a team in the top 25, tell me which school, and would you beat them in a head-to-head game? And then you would be in the top 25. So a lot of hypotheticals, but you can make your case. I'm willing to listen. It's fun. I just have a big smile on my face when I read all your guys' comments on social media. So that's our Boost top 25 poll. In fact, I just saw Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training today, if you're watching us live. And he gets a kick out of it, too. He's like, dude, I love the rankings. He's like, people get so fired up about it. I'm like, I know. It's fun. It's high school football, so we all enjoy it. All right, let's take a look at our Kids Sporting Goods must-see game this week. It's also live and amplified on Teen Vision TV 16 Friday night. This is probably the best game of the week, man. Paloma Valley and Orange Vista. Orange Vista's undefeated. All right, they're 4-0 as they wrap up non-league play. And Paloma Valley, I got it wrong. I thought they were 3-1. They're actually 4-1. So this is actually Paloma Valley's 6th game of the season already. Has anyone played more games than the Wildcats? All right, so that's the game of the week. Ken Sporting Goods must-see game on Teen Vision TV 16 Live. I think that's going to be a super competitive game. And again, at least record-wise, 2 teams in the top 25. It's on Teen Vision. It's the whole thing. It's a massive game, so make sure you check that out on Friday night. Also, coming up, we've got KMET 1490 AM, the home of Beaumont football all season long, but Beaumont is on a bye this week. But you heard from Brock Liam from Citrus Valley. Citrus Valley and Beaumont on the horizon. I know the Blackhawks focusing on Ayala this week, but it's CV and Beaumont the following week. So make sure if you're driving around, you catch it on KMET 1490 AM. Also online, you can listen from your smart device anywhere. All right, big thanks to our director, Johnny Nunez, behind the scenes here at Teen Vision TV 16. We always appreciate his good work. And again, you can check out Johnny and his team bringing you Paloma Valley and Orange Vista live on Friday night. We'll make sure we send that link out on social media so you can watch that game if you can't make it to Orange Vista. Mine is Pep Fernandez, and you guys stay safe out there. God bless you, and we will see you next Wednesday night with your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.